Happy Thursday. It is our Thursday evening question and answer live. I'll hold off for a few seconds and wait for some people to jump on in. We're doing it in the phase 3 group this week because we're going to go over phase 3 questions. Hope that's not too terribly confusing and people will come on over. I'm going to put a message out in the phase 2 group real quick. Hold on, see if anybody's coming on. Not yet. There we go. It's going to be one of those nights where my deepest fears are going to come true and nobody's going to come on. Hey, yay, just as I say that, somebody popped in. Watch it be Carolyn. She's my go-to. Who's on there? Who joined us already? Carolyn's always there for me. Let's see, where is it? I might have to take questions on, here we go. Okay, does it tell me who it is? Nope, 2 people. Yay, I'm not alone tonight. Welcome. We'll wait for a few more minutes. Let's see, yeah, it's only 5:32, so we'll wait for a few more minutes and let more people jump on. And then we'll get started. Hi, Carolyn, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Oh, 2 comments. See, oh my, wait. No, I can't hear. No, don't listen to myself. Okay, 2 comments. Still trying to figure out. There's the comments. Yay. Hi, Susan. Okay, so we have 5 people. I'm going to wait just another minute or so. Let a few more people jump on. I've got a lot to go over tonight. I've got a whole list here for phase 3. I've got keto, low carb, paleo, reset, cheating, exercise, adding calories, and dumping syndrome. So now see the silly 5 comments and they're not coming up. Okay, I'm challenged. So let's see here, and it's going to start talking to me, and I don't want that. I just want the comments to show. Seriously. Good, video has no sound. That's what I want. No sound. Now my phone freezes. Okay, hold on, guys. Sorry. I see that there's 5 comments, but it's not saying what they are, and that's not going to work with a question and answer if I can't see comments. So let's try again. Facebook isn't responding. Of course not. So, okay, let me reset that. That would be so nice if it just worked. Okay, so I'm going to go to the phase 3 and 5 comments. Excellent. Hi, Ashley and Barbara. Just added a friend to the group. Hope you can approve so she can join. Let me jump over there real quick and I will approve. Added by... I don't have anybody, Ashley. I've got 3 people that have requested. Did you have her join the phase 3 group? Did you try adding her to the phase 3 group? Because I've got 3 people that are pending, but they didn't answer the questions, and so I haven't approved them. One was from 10 hours ago, one was from Tuesday, and the other one was from Tuesday. So, Ashley, you might want to try again, and I'll definitely add her. Hi, Sarah. So, okay. I will be looking down on my phone because the silly comments don't come up on my computer. Oh, there they are. You think so? You think you added her? Denise. Hanbury. Okay, let me go check and see real quick again, and I'll see if I can. Nope, that's not one of the 3 people that are pending. So either I already, if you just tried to add her, then no. If you tried to add her earlier, I may have already approved her. So you can go ahead real quick and check and see and add her, and I'll check it again. So please excuse me, I'm going to be looking down on my phone to be able to get the questions unless I can get them to come up here. So let's get started. Phase 3 is actually the most important phase of the protocol, because it's when your body is doing the reset, where your hormones and your hypothalamus are doing the reset. And so it's actually more important than phase 2, where you're losing. So there's a lot of really important things that people don't realize with phase 3. And because of that, they sabotage themselves and end up regaining the weight and not stabilizing. So I want to kind of help those of you that are moving over into phase 3, or even if you're not, but just get you mentally prepared for the phase 3, so that you can you know, do it successfully and make this all worth it, make you worth your time and money, so that you actually do a reset. So okay, just checked again. No, she's not there. Okay, so comments. And so, okay, was it really work? What was what really work, Sarah? So, okay, so we're going to go over how to go into phase 3 and then some different plans for phase 3, because unlike phase 2, where everybody follows the same protocol and the same plan, phase 3 can be done differently, and everybody's different, and so everybody's bodies are going to react differently. So there's different protocols that you can follow in phase 3 and be successful in different ones. So you give yourself your last dose, your last injection, tablet, drops, and then you wait the 72 hours. And so, and this is always kind of confusing for people. So say your last injection is on Friday. Saturday would be 24 hours. So Friday morning is your last injection. Saturday morning is 24 hours. Sunday morning is 48 hours. So Monday morning would be when you would start phase 3 eating. And most people jump into it with bacon and eggs and cheese. So that's, hi, Carol. Okay, perfect timing, 2 days away, 60 pounds to go. Yay, phase 3 coming up for the 3rd time. Awesome, awesome, awesome. How can you join? I'm not sure. Sarah, we may have to talk about what you want to join. So, but anyway, so once you do your 72 hours of, you know, the phase 2 eating, and then it's time to move to phase 3, you really actually need to be thinking about it a week ahead of time. So Ashley, right about now, or a couple of days ago, you really need to be thinking about how you're going to do phase 3. Some really successful things have been the keto plan. And I'm really excited because I actually just, I've been working on, and I'm just about finished with a Keto for Beginners ebook that I'm going to be offering. So I'm really excited to offer that to the group, and it probably be done next week, hopefully. And a lot of people do great on keto. Keto is really high fat, moderate protein, low carbs. And it works really well on phase 3, of course, because we're not allowed to have carbs and sugars in phase 3, but we can have the fats. But not everybody's body responds well to the high fat content. Mine, I don't do well on keto. It's too much fat. I don't feel well on it. My brain feels foggy. And I'm talking even after the week of keto flu. My brain feels foggy. I feel puffy, inflamed. I just feel gross with all the fat. And I love the fat. I love butter, and I love avocado, and I don't do well with dairy and cheese, so I avoid those anyway. So for me, the keto is not the greatest. For me, low carb. So when we're talking keto, we're talking 75 to 80% of your diet is fat. healthy fats, coconut oil, olive oil, avocados, nuts, cheeses, things like that. And only 15 to 25% of your diet is protein, and 5% or less is carbs. So that's why it works well in phase 3. And I can, like I said, I've got the Keto for Beginners ebook coming up to help those of you that want to look into keto for phase 3. The other really successful program that works great for phase 3 is low carb. And low carb is more of a balance between the fat and the protein. You still want to keep your carbs at about 5%, under 20 to 30 grams a day, but you're going to balance out and have more protein and less fat in your diet. So more meat, more lean proteins, and less cheeses and yogurts and things like that. So, and then there's also paleo, and paleo it's the caveman diet, and actually it's the food dietary theory that I follow the best and my body feels the best on. And it is no grains and no dairy and everything else. So it's a lot of meat and vegetables and fruits and things like that. Of course, in phase 3, you have to do a low carb paleo. So you can't have the fruits, and you can't have the sweet potatoes and the winter squashes and things like that are high in carbs. So that are allowed in paleo, but are not allowed in keto or low carb. So when you go to phase 3, you need to cut out, this is one of the things that confuses people a lot. They think that they can just continue eating phase 2 foods and just up up their portions. But in actuality, in phase 3, you've got to cut out your grissini stick, and you need to cut out most of the fruit. If you still need to do fruit, limit it to a half a cup of berries or a half of a grapefruit a day, one or the other, not both, because you need to keep your carb under 20 to 30 grams a day, and you're getting carbs in your vegetables. So, and you put fruit on top of that, and you're going to go higher in your carb intake, and it can actually throw you off with maintaining in phase 3. So those are the 3: paleo, or low carb paleo, low carb, and keto are the 3 best protocols to follow for phase 3, because they're all low carb and healthy, whole, real foods. We need to get the mindset that we're really going to stay away from processed foods for the rest of our lives, because they're what got us fat in the first place. So, I mean, you may have, once you get into phase 4, out of phase 3, you may have a small slice of a wedding cake or a birthday cake. Tomorrow's my birthday. Chances are I'm in phase 4, and chances are I'm going to have something that has white refined sugar or flour in it. But I'm going to have a little bit, and it's only going to be tomorrow, or this weekend, but not after that. So it's not like you're going to live without these things forever, but you're going to have to use discipline and moderation and not have them, a lot. And so let me see if there's any questions. I apologize. So let me see here. Sorry about the whole goofy questions, keeping track on here. Oh, okay. Perfect timing. Okay, hello. How can you join? I'm not sure what you're wanting to join, Sarah, but we can. Okay, it's my first time watching you about the diet. Oh, okay, excellent. You know what, Sarah? I will private message you. We can set up a phone call, and I can explain it all to you. And welcome to the group. And I can explain the whole protocol to you over the phone, and then answer any questions you might have. So I'm glad you joined us. Somebody new. Fantastic. Ashley, you've stabilized really well, but you need to watch the fruit. Yes, good information. You're only 15 pounds from goal. That is awesome. That's so exciting, being 15 pounds from your goal. Ashley, how much have you lost total, so that you're now down to just 15 pounds from your goal? That's very exciting. So, okay, next, like I said, phase 3 is the reset phase, And a lot of people think that they can jump right back in. You know, they look forward to, oh my gosh, as soon as I get to phase 3, I can start eating more and I can start working out and, you know, toning up. And it really isn't covered in pounds and inches, but we've found since then, unfortunately, phase 3 is not really covered much at all in pounds and inches. Basically, it says start eating more and avoid carbs and sugars. And that's kind of where people freak out, because we're so used to having all these food rules that kept us safe and in our boundaries with phase 2. And then all of a sudden it's like a free-for-all. We have to try to figure things out. And so that's what I'm here to do, is to help you all figure it out so that you're successful in phase 3, you know, work with you individually so that you can, you know, find which plan's best for you and get past this and stabilize. So exercise in phase 3 is really discouraged, and I'm going to explain why. And if you think about it, phase 3 is really only 3 weeks. So, I mean, I know it's 3 weeks on top of the 23 to 40 days you've already done, but it's only 3 more weeks. And the benefits far outweigh not being able to work out for 3 weeks. And I know people like myself, you know, because I love to run, and you know, I want to get out and run, but it's, you know, it's a patience thing of trusting the process and being patient and waiting for long-term success. So the reason why exercise is discouraged in phase 3 is exercise does 3 things that actually diminish your results in phase 3, or, you know, go against. So one is when you're working out, you are, your body's breaking down muscle, and then the body sends fluid to go repair the muscle, and that's causing water weight gain. Now, when you have to maintain within a 4-pound window, that's really hard to do when you have water retention or fluid buildup from muscle repair. Secondly, when you work out, you're building muscle. So again, that's actually making it difficult to maintain within that 4-pound window. 2 pounds below, 2 pounds above your last injection weight. So there's 2 reasons. And then the third is that phase 3 is when we're resetting the hypothalamus, resetting the hormones. And when we work out, our body produces a flood of hormones, and it's kind of waking up and causing chaos to those hormones we're trying to reset. We're trying to get them to calm down and reset over that 3-week period of phase 3. And if you're working out, you're causing chaos in there, and they're not able to reset. So, you know, continue. If you were walking 30 minutes a day in phase 2, continue walking 30 minutes a day in phase 3, and just be patient. When you get into phase 4, then you can ease yourself into a more rigorous exercise and, you know, things that you enjoy, cardio and weightlifting and things like that. Do understand, though, that even in phase 4, you know, if you think about this, when Dr. Simeons wrote this back in the 40s and 50s, women didn't work out. Women didn't lift weights. You know, I think Jack LaLanne probably was in, if you guys remember him, and I'm old, so Jack LaLanne probably was the only person that really worked out, lifting weights and doing calisthenics and things like that. I mean, really, people didn't do that. Military people were really the only people that did that. And so when you go into phase 4, you are going to be building muscle, breaking down muscle and the hormones and everything. But in phase 4, you know, you've reset already, but you may end up going up in weight because you're gaining muscle mass. So it's just something, if you're really mentally messed up with the scale, that might mess your head up a little bit, that, you know, the scale's going to go up when you exercise. So let me check questions, because I don't want to miss anybody's questions. And it says I have 22. So let me, sorry. One of these days I'll figure this goofy thing out and not have to look at my phone. Let's see. A friend and I were just rereading that today, Carbs and Sugars, considering milk has sugar. So does that mean dairy? No, it's added sugars. So, okay, with dairy in phase 3, it has a naturally occurring sugar. Lactose has a naturally occurring sugar. Cheeses have a naturally occurring sugar. Yogurt, cottage cheese, sour cream, all of those have a naturally occurring sugar. You do need to count those carbs and count them into your 30 grams, 20 to 30 grams of carbs. But you can eat dairy. If dairy's not an issue for you, you can definitely eat dairy in phase 3. And just count, it's a good idea to use like MyFitnessPal and, keep track of your carbs, your proteins, and your fats, and make sure that your carbs are under 20 to 30 grams a day. So you'll count the grams in the dairy, you're going to count the grams in the vegetables, because vegetables all have naturally occurring sugar. Tomatoes, onions, even leafy greens, they all have naturally occurring sugars in them, just like dairy products do. So you just have to, calculate them all up. And that's why I say, definitely go light on the fruit. So berries are low carb, so a half a cup of berries, or like I said, a half a grapefruit, something like that is going to help you keep it under the 20 to 30 grams a day. What are VLC days? Very low calorie diet days. That's V is very, L is low, C is calorie, D is day. So very low calorie days. Those are the 500 calorie days of phase 2 is the VLCD day. And I have tools to assist with phase 3. I do have tools to assist with phase 3. In the phase 3 group, up in the file section, there's some tools up there. And like I said, I'm just about done writing an ebook on beginning keto for beginners. So that'll be hopefully coming out with next week. So that will help to understand keto and how to do keto. And then also, low carb. And in the file section, there's information on keto. There's a section, there's a file up in there that is low carb, no carb foods. So basically everything on that low carb, no carb food list you can eat in phase 3. So that's a great tool for your phase 3. Simone. So let's see. Anything else? What is keto? Keto is what a lot of people do in phase 3. It is a high fat, moderate protein, low carb diet. Basically, keto, your body naturally burns glucose, sugar, blood sugar. It naturally burns glucose for fuel. With the ketogenic diet, you make a dietary change that causes your body to convert to where it then starts burning fat for fuel instead of glucose for fuel. So it's called ketosis. And so it works really well for a lot of people. But like I said, you may have missed it earlier in the live, is that it's really, really, really high fat. And some people, don't do well on a high fat diet. Last year when I did a round of HCG, I did 2 months of keto, and I ended up having to have my gallbladder taken out. And the doctor said it was because of the keto diet. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. I do know that in the beginning of the year, when I had my surgery in April, I had no gallstones at all. None, zero. My gallbladder was completely empty of gallstones. And that was in April. And by November, I had 50 gallstones. And the only thing I did was the HCG protocol and keto for 2 months. So for my body, that much fat, the keto, it's just not a good fit for me. Now that I don't have my gallbladder, I could do keto, but I still just don't like the way all the fat makes me feel. So it's not for everybody. Let me check. See here. You love zucchini. Perfect. Zucchini's awesome. It's not allowed in phase 2, but it is allowed in phase 3. So let me check my list here. No cheating. Okay. In phase 3, because it is the most, hi babe. My husband just came home. Anyway, so because phase 3 is the most important phase where the reset's happening, cheating in phase 3 is the worst because if you don't stabilize and you add sugars and carbs back in, you've pretty much messed up the whole stabilization process. And chances are extremely high that you're going to gain all your weight back. And I know nobody likes to hear that, but that's just the hard, real truth of it all. And so it's just not worth it. Anybody can do anything for 3 weeks. And you can go without carbs and sugars for 3 weeks. You've been going without carbs and sugars for 23 to 30 days while you're in phase 2. So you can do it for 3 more weeks for sure. And especially when you know that you'll be able to hit your goal, or that you'll be able to have the weight taken off and you reset your metabolism for life. So cheating will completely destroy your chances of maintaining in phase 3. Did exercise, adding calories. A lot of people ask, do you just jump straight up? So, okay, let me back up. So when you're getting ready to go into phase 3, and you'll want to get a calorie calculator. And the one that I use, it's super simple. It's caloriecalculator.net. And you put in your age, your height, your weight, and you're going to want to put in a sedentary activity level because you're not going to be working out. And it will calculate out for you what your maintenance calories should be. Now, it's going to also calculate out how many calories to lose weight, how many calories to gain weight. In phase 3, you're not allowed to lose any more than 2 pounds. And if you lose 2 pounds under your last injection weight, you have to do a correction, or not a correction, I'm sorry, you have to up your calories so you come back up. So you want to do maintenance calories, and it will tell you exactly how many calories you need to maintain for those 3 weeks. Now, what I did is I went and I got my maintenance calories. And for the first week, I counted my calories. I counted my carbs, I counted my calories, I counted everything, and got a really good idea of what it is I was supposed to eat for the 3 weeks. And then I just ate those foods and didn't really, bother with counting the calories for the rest of phase 3. So some people jump straight up to their maintenance calories. I probably jumped up to my maintenance calories within 2 or 3 days. You don't want to stay down at the 500 calories a day, or even 600 or 700 or 800 calories a day, because if you do that for 3 or 4 or 5 days, you're going to go into starvation mode, and then your body's going to start holding on to the fat instead of releasing or allowing you to maintain. It's going to go into starvation mode, and you're going to gain weight. So it's best if you take 3-4 days, get up to your maintenance calories, and stay at that level for the full 3 weeks of phase 3. Now phase 3 is 3 weeks, and then phase 4 is 3 weeks after that. Some people choose to just do phase 3 through the whole 6 weeks. The difference is in phase 4 you slowly add back carbs. Now if you're planning on doing another round, say you still have another 30, 40, 50 pounds to lose, then it makes sense just to stay on low carb, maintain for 6 weeks, and go back on another round and start losing your weight again instead of introducing carbs and all of that. But it's all personal. Anybody can, can do whatever you want at that point. Let's see here. So if we choose not to do keto in phase 3, just increasing calories and staying within allowed foods will be sufficient. The allowed foods, that's a broad statement because there's a lot of allowed foods in phase 3. So yes, if you increase your calories and you eat low carb, then yes, that's perfect. You don't have to do keto. Like I said, keto, is not for everybody. Low carb is a good way to go. Just keep your carbs under 20 to 30 grams a day. And what if you have just one bad day? One bad day could ruin the whole thing, Simone, honestly. It's just like in phase 2. One bad day of cheating could ruin the whole protocol. A protocol is different than a diet. A diet, you can have cheat days. So what? I won't lose. A protocol is you follow the rules. You follow them to the T. And it's for a desired outcome. And so you can't just have a bad day. You have to follow the protocol. And when you do that, then you reset your metabolism. If you have a bad day and you eat carbs, you mess up the whole reset process. Pretty much you have to start over. So that brings me to going over the 2 pounds above your last injection weight. So if you go more than 2 pounds above your last injection weight, you have to do a correction day, what they call skipping the meals and doing a steak and apple day. So basically what you do for that is you fast all day, and then at the end of the day you eat a big fatty steak, so like a ribeye, and either a tomato or an apple. Pounds and inches, it says an apple. Some people don't like all the sugar and they have a tomato instead. And what that does is it helps bring back down the calories. But that's not as a correction day because you ate carbs or sugars. It's because maybe your calorie count was off and you ate too much fat or something, and somehow, some way you went more than 2 pounds above your last injection weight. Then you have to do a correction day the very first day you go above 2 pounds. So my recommendation is always have a steak on hand during phase 3. Always. Now, I don't do a whole lot of rogue stuff. Everyone knows me. I'm pretty militant with being on protocol. In phase 3, there are a couple of alternative, and they're not from Pounds and Inches. They've been, who knows where they came from. But people have done some alternative correction days if they go 2 pounds above. One is a yogurt day and one is an egg day. And so they are, I hate to lead people into rogue protocols, but it's worked for people, but long term, I'm not sure how well it's worked. Maybe it worked short term, but I don't know about long term if they've kept the weight off or if it's affected that. So my recommendation is follow protocol, do a steak day if you go more than 2 pounds up. But that's not because you ate off protocol. It's because somehow your body went up more than 2 pounds. No exercise, Sarah, until phase 4. But like I said, you and I will have a conversation because this is probably super confusing for you if you don't know anything about the HCG protocol, because there's 4 phases and you have to do each one of them in order. And so if you have one bad day, Simone, in phase 3, yeah, it can mess up everything you've worked for. So I recommend, like I said, it's only 3 weeks of phase 3. And I mean, the foods that you can eat in phase 3 are, there's so many that there's really no reason. And the other thing is chances are really good that you should probably never go back to bread as a regular part of your diet ever again, or sugars or cakes or pastries. I mean, there's so many alternatives nowadays, especially in keto. My gosh, there's keto donuts. I make a keto waffle for my husband. My husband and I, we have keto waffles. They're made with coconut flour and eggs, coconut flour, eggs, baking powder, a few things. And there's no carbs. And we have sugar-free syrup. And it's awesome. And so I've got keto donut recipes. I've got keto muffin recipes. I make chocolate chip, sugar-free chocolate chip keto cookies for my husband because he's diabetic. So, I mean, there's really no reason to go off of protocol in phase 3, because if you need something as a snack, there's plenty of protocol snacks in phase 3. So let's see, any other questions here? No pasta. Nope. No crackers. No pasta. Nothing with carbs or starches, or so no crackers, no pastas, not allowed at all. Hey Parrish. Oh, so nice to see you. Let's see here. The steak day wouldn't help. Well, the steak day may help your weight come back down, but if you ate carbs or sugars in phase 3, then you completely disrupted the phase 3 protocol, and you disrupted the reset process. Dr. Simeons is very specific in phase 3. There's no carbs or sugars allowed. So if you do eat carbs or sugars in phase 3, then you pretty much just sabotaged your entire round. And the steak day may help your weight come back down, but it's not going to help the reset process to reset your metabolism. So no, Simone, the steak day is not going to help the reset There is no carbs or sugars allowed, period, in phase 3, except for naturally occurring under 20 to 30 grams a day. So there's that. And dumping syndrome. Okay, so we love to talk about poop in these groups. So some people find that when they transition into phase 3 and they start adding fats into their diet, they end up having diarrhea. And it's really common and nothing to be alarmed about. It just means you kind of got to back off on the fats a little bit for a couple of days. But it's the kind of, and it's, you've been no fats for, 23 to 40 days, and all of a sudden you add fats back in. One of the benefits of the fats is all of a sudden your skin's not going to be so dry. And all of you that have done 20 to 30 rounds, or 23 to 30 day rounds, 40 day rounds, you know what it's like to have the dry skin at the end of your protocol. Your skin will start getting, softer and less dry, but you could end up with diarrhea. So just, pay attention. If your stomach starts to get upset with all the fat, just back off the fat a little bit. So I know we're going long here, and I do apologize. Let me see if there's any more questions. Let me know. Is there any more questions? I know we're kind of losing people here because we've kept on for so long. I'll let you guys go. I think it's sometimes. Yes. Well, the diarrhea in phase 3, Sarah, is just the body reacting to having fat after not having it for so long. So it's just a naturally occurring thing that happens, and just kind of goes straight through you. So any other questions? I want to thank everybody for joining us tonight and every other Thursday night. I'm slowly getting these all saved up onto my YouTube channel. So I'll be starting, I've got a YouTube channel. I'll start giving out the link to the YouTube channel here shortly, so that you can find these. And I'm trying to, like today I put over there, it's 321. Oh, I put 19. I'll have to edit that. It's 18, not 19. I jumped ahead a year. Live question and answer phase 3 information, just so you can kind of go through the videos and see if it's something that has a topic that might interest you. So I think I have 3 or 4 to add up to my YouTube channel, so I'll be doing that so you can find them. But you can also find them in the groups under the videos tab if you want to go back and watch any of the other videos in the phase 2 and phase 3. Next week, I'm going to actually be in my my Becoming New Again Healthy Living with Lanita group, which is technically my phase 4 group. It is for people who have reached their goal weight, or they're not in a round, they've already through phase 3 and they're in phase 4 and they just want to continue eating healthy and leading a healthy lifestyle. And so I'm going to go over transitioning from phase 3 to phase 4, because it's almost as it's as difficult as a transition as phase 2 to phase 3. So I'll be putting the link and everything in so everyone has time to join and come over and join us in the phase 4 group. And that way everyone can have, and then I'll just start cycling through, go back to the phase 2 group, phase 3, phase 4 every week. And so that, we can keep the information ongoing, keep everybody informed on all the different protocols or different phases of the protocol. Let me see if there's any more questions. I feel like I'm talking super fast. Okay, hold on. There we go. Quit talking so fast. I don't want to keep everybody here. Without a gallbladder, you have to add. Yeah, Ashley, that's the challenge, is that I'm finding that now too. Since I lost my gallbladder in December, fat's kind of a fun, interesting thing in my diet now. So, okay, Sarah, I'm going to message you with a link to my calendar so that you can schedule a consultation with me, so I can go through the protocol with you and explain it all to you so you can understand it and see if it's something that might work in your life. And for everyone else, I just want to thank you and let you know how much I appreciate you and how much I love interacting with you in these groups and being a part of your journey. I feel really blessed and honored to be invited into something so personal and so private as, you know, your weight loss journey. So I appreciate it greatly. You guys all have a wonderful weekend. Tomorrow's my birthday, so I will be celebrating with my grandson and my daughter and my son-in-law and my husband. And I'm going to go have teppanyaki. So I'll be eating rice. So sorry about that, you people who are in phase 2 and phase 3. That's the benefit of being in phase 4. So have a great weekend. Have a happy Easter, happy Resurrection Day. And I love you all. Good night.